All right, so I've been out of pocket for a couple of days, and I'm just getting caught up on the latest NFL news. I think today's the first day of the tampering period, so there's been a lot of movement. But I gotta start. You know where I'm gonna start. The New Orleans Saints have restructured Derek Carr's contract, and I thought they were kidding when they said earlier a few weeks ago he's going to be the quarterback in 25. I thought that was just a bluff so that they could test the water. I mean, that's what GMs do, right? That's what the smart people do. They feign interest in order to make someone else want what they really, in their hearts, want to get rid of. And man, somebody must have pushed all their chips in all the way, including Derek Carr. He's got the no trade clause. But my God, 2 more years? Go to a lap break. They add 2 years to it. I have I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. Actually, I'm not at a loss for words. I think the stupidest thing I ever heard of for a team that's seen guys' body of work for 2 straight years. Three, if you go back to what they knew they were taking on when they signed him from the Raiders. Okay, but then again, that still didn't stop them from shying away, knowing that he had the no trade clause. And man, he must have played that bad boy for all it was worth because he's coming back. Look, Spencer Rattler, Jake Hayner, hang in there, okay? Hang in there. Whichever one of you ends up on the roster this year, if you go someplace else, that might not be a bad thing, okay? But hang in there, learn Kellen Moore's playbook, and get ready to roll because we know, I know, you know, Derek Carr is not a fit for this team. And look, he was one of my favorite quarterbacks, okay? But I've watched this guy year after year make as many bad decisions with time, with favorable conditions as he does when he's under pressure. For some reason, the Raiders and now the Saints have just not been the fit for him. But, New Orleans is where they are. They're slowly but surely becoming the Dallas Cowboys of the South. And that's no joke, really. But I do know that they are making some additional moves to fill in some of the other holes on the roster to get some beef up front. I think they signed a defensive tackle, made a trade with the New England Patriots. So the point is, the glass is half full, just not on offense right now. Okay. Um, Other news: Devontae Adams. There was speculation that Adams might sign with the Saints. He goes to the Rams. I thought he was actually going to land with the LA Chargers because Justin Herbert could surely use him. But hey, man, playing with Matthew Stafford, that's not a bad way to go. Favorable conditions, Southern California, they're going to love Devontae Adams there. And, teaming him with Puka, that's going to be a potent combination. It's going to make the NFC West, a lot more competitive. I think if the Cardinals hold up their end and get a quarterback, but I doubt if they will. In fact, if I were to call it, I would say that the Cardinals end up drafting Shadur Sanders, okay, and possibly putting their quarterback on the block. But we'll see how that goes. Listen, the Seattle Seahawks, they got Sam Darnold. I think that's great value right there. 100 million bucks. Darnold has proved he can play. And so we'll see how that goes for him as the Seahawks need to get him some receiving help now. So they got the quarterback, they got a good running game, they got a good offensive line. Now they got to get some guys to catch the football. Another thing I wanted to mention is that Kenny Pickett is going to the Cleveland Browns. And the big news out of Cleveland is Myles Garrett. Hey, from Cleveland to Canton, in which I got to tip my hat to him when I really think about it, because most players, when they say, "Hey, I want to talk to the owner," I'm not talking to the GM. I'm that important. I'm talking to the owner. Usually, that's a sign of great respect when you're the franchise player, when you're one of the faces of the franchise. Well, actually, he is the face of the franchise because Deshaun Watson isn't it. Joe Flacco isn't it. Nick Chubb is out the door. They're letting him go because he had the injury, and so they don't have a face of a franchise right now. It's Myles Garrett or no one. But they told the face of the franchise, the owner told the face of the franchise, no, I am not talking to you, and we will get a deal done. So, Garrett gets his money, and he's going to be a Cleveland Brown for a long, long time. So, anyhow, that's it. I'm going to catch up on the rest of the news, but I just had to go out and create something really quick to talk about the Derek Carr fiasco.